And I have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Yes, I'm so excited. I really am. I'm probably fangirling out. My face is crazy. I have physically seen this woman in how long? It's been a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Since we've like hugged each other. However, she has been my rider for a very long time. A lot of who I am in terms of like how I speak and the inspiration that I have, she's an integral part of that. She's always in my head saying something amazing. And I wanted to share her with the world. You know, she goes as what, whoop, whoop, right? Whoop, whoop. Right? But everyone, you know, I just know her as the beautiful Adrienne. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Adrienne. We're going to jump right into it. Adrienne is a fitness and wellness coach and specialist, and a list of other credits that she has to her name. But what I love about her most is that she has an ability to help people find their space in their health and wellness that isn't rigid and crazy. And so, Adrienne, just, you know, first question right out the gate, why? Like, why the manner in which you do health and wellness in comparison to so many other people? And not to put anyone else down, but what was it about you that you felt this was your journey and path around health and wellness?
Why? I don't know. That's a good question. This is the space that I've always lived in. Like, I've been a fitness professional my entire life. I was an aerobics instructor before it was cool. When people were like, you do what for a living? I used to carry around a boombox and CDs and go from gym to gym and try to motivate and inspire people to move, right? So I've been doing it for a really long time. It's my gift. It's kind of what I believe I was put here to do, is just to kind of motivate people to be the best versions of themselves, right? Like that's my shtick. And I've seen it. I've just seen it done so badly so many times. And I feel like we set people up for failure, and the entire industry, honestly, I feel like is kind of doing it badly. It's like Instagram and instant gratification and the tummy trainer and this diet and this fad. And it's just a constant setup for failure. And I just really believe it's my duty and my job to try and give out proper information, you know, being an OG in the game and all. So I want to be able to help people get the right information and to get off the roller coaster, because that world of instant anything doesn't exist, especially not in the world of wellness and fitness and overall health. So
yeah. I love that you said that the instant roller coaster of like instant anything, because, you know, you've heard me talk about the chrysalis phase, or that phase of your life between the caterpillar and the butterfly, where it's just messy and nasty and funky. And usually people want a quick fix out of that phase. And there is no quick fix, right?
No.
And I love the fact that you said, the fact that, you know, you were doing this when you were carrying around CDs and you feel like it was in you. So what made you knew that it was in you, right? And so many people feel that they have something special to offer the world, but for whatever reason, they just don't stay the course because they're still concerned about what external factors or boxes are put on them. What had you just say, screw this, everybody else thinks this ish is crazy, but I'm gonna ride it through to the end?
I just could not do it. Like I couldn't not do it. Right. So it's like you pick your hard, you pick your battle, you pick your struggle, right? Like either you choose to go and be somebody's bitch and kind of, you know, and no offense to anybody who has regular, you know, places in the world, because there's a place for everyone in that, but it just wasn't for me, especially in the fitness industry at that time. You were somebody's bitch. You got paid $12 an hour. You jumped up and down. They gave you a free membership, and that was it, right? And they're like, okay, thank you. Have a nice day. But I just could not do it. Like I loved teaching aerobics and inspiring and motivating people more than I loved anything else. Like, so it didn't matter. Like I didn't have to get paid any money, and it just kind of happened, right? Like when you start to take those steps, it just happens. Like if you walk in the light and just keep on moving forward, it just kind of happens. Is it easy? No, it's just You choose your level of hard, and not one day do I ever wake up in the morning and like, oh man, I gotta go to work today. I've never had that feeling. I don't even understand what that means.
So like when you think of what's happening in the world, right? And the fact that you said like you couldn't not do this, right? Who are the people, what do the people need to hear right now, given everything that has transpired over the last 12 to 18 months, particularly around their health and how they've been feeling physically? What would you tell people to like, I don't even like the word motivate, I say inspiration, right? To be inspired to move and to find the health that they're looking for.
I think the number one problem also is like, you know, first world problems, you know what I'm saying, is the fact that we as Americans, especially women, take on so much, you know, and there's this constant like pressure to do everything. Like we can do it all. We can have the career, we can have the kids, we could do all these things, and we could be Superwoman, we got this cape, you know what I mean? And the one thing that constantly kind of falls by the wayside is yourself, right? Like on a regular basis, it's yourself. Right, like, and I just, you know, it's not like what I'm selling is this magical pill or this crazy mythological thing that kind of happened. It's basic common sense. You put your mask on before you take care of anybody else. If you're not taking care of yourself, and if you're not doing for yourself, then there's no way that you can possibly be there for others. It's just not possible. You know, and I think that we constantly, because there's so many other things that need to be done, are not as important. We constantly put ourselves on the back burner. And I think that especially now, you know, during this crazy time that the world is in, like, don't you know, on average, the average American and this is reported, gained 30 pounds in the pandemic. 30.
Ooh.
30. So what is that saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that saying about the world that we live in? And what is that saying about people's stress levels? And what is that saying about what we are? It's like a cry for help. Everybody needs help. And I think that there's this constant message that's being sent out on Instagram and on YouTube, all the free videos and all this other stuff that's constantly rolling, is that you're supposed to be able to do it by yourself. And this shit is hard. You know, everybody needs help to motivate. Everybody needs help. You know, even motivators, we all need help motivating, right? Like everybody kind of needs help. So I think that it's really, really important for us to be honest with what it is we need to stay in it and what it is we need to stay sane. Like what do you need to take care of yourself? Like, what is that one thing that you need to take for yourself? Is it that you go to a class? Is it that you pay for a personal trainer? Is it that you know, find somebody like me, you know, like, and you making that a priority? Like, it's not a priority for anybody. You know, if your roof had a hole in it, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be like, the ceiling is falling down. I don't know. I'll just worry about it later. I'll worry about it later. And then, you know what? I'm going to get up there and just try and patch it up myself.
You know, it's funny when you say that. I just got the visual of me trying to climb on my damn roof. And no, you know what?
You wouldn't even think about doing that.
You didn't think about it. I'm not getting on the damn roof.
Nah, but everybody thinks they can do it by themselves. Everybody thinks they can watch a video and figure it out on their own. And somewhere that's not, you know, it's not seen to where you're supposed to spend money on these luxuries, right? Like, since when is being alive a luxury? Like, that's not a luxury. Your wellness and your general health and well-being is not a luxury item, people. It's like life or death, right? Like, but everybody got, I just got some AirPods for my birthday. That's great. You know how much these fucking things cost? Like, it's not a priority, you know what I mean? But you can't go and pay for a class or try and find somebody that really will help you do what it is that you need to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, why do we need all these things? Why do we need all these things? All these things are so much more important.
This is why I love you so much, and why I wanted people to hear your voice, because it's just so practical, right? But it's stuff that every day people are going and they're living and they're existing, right? One of the things that I wrote about in my first book was that, you know, people are living, but they're not alive.
Nah, not even close.
You know what I'm saying? They're waking up, but they're not necessarily inhaling full breath into their body. And what you just did was you clarified, you crystallized something else for me. Like, I would never get on my daggone roof. I'm not getting under my car to fix it.
Nah,
like, there's certain things.
No.
why would we think to ourselves, oh, I'm just going to like fix this?
The most important thing you have, right? Your being. And talk about being alive. You are not alive unless you are physically living in your body. That is the definition of being alive, right? If you are not existing in your being, if you're not existing in your skin and in yourself, then you're not alive. You're dead. It's just like, you're just honestly buying time. You're just waiting to die, basically.
So let me ask you something, like, so with the point you just made, are we gonna go deep, girl? So with the point you just made, there's so many people who have dreams, they have visions, they have plans, they have things that they want to do. How much does the health and wellness?
Oh God, it's a direct reflection.
Yeah, go ahead.
Direct reflection. It is a direct reflection. How you feel about yourself is a direct reflection as to how you can be in the world. A direct reflection. It changes everything. If you can walk into a room and feel good about yourself and know that like I did something good for me today, then you don't mind giving to somebody else, right? Like that constant giving. We give. But when do we give to ourselves? And after a while, you can't help but to get bitter. I'm sorry. Like, there's just no way that can continue to happen. Like, how you feel about yourself and moving your body and being in your skin directly reflects everything else. It's a mirror image of your life.
So it's funny. One of the first things that you told me was, and it's in my head every day, you were like, move your ass, just every day. I don't care what you do. You move, go for a walk. And it's such a simple thing, but I started telling a lot of my clients that I was working with on their spiritual awareness work. That's one of the things that I asked them. How much are you moving every day? Because you realize that the connection between your spirit and your body, right? That there's that direct connection between your spirit and your mind and your body. So why does your physical being have such an effect? You mentioned before on your dreams and your goals, but what is it almost like physiologically? What is it that reason why it has such an effect?
These bodies, because we were hunters and gatherers. We were movers. That's why we have toes that grip the ground. That's why we have calf muscles. That's why we have quads and thighs, and like all the reasons why we are made to do all these things is not so that we can sit in a chair all fucking day and be on the computer. Nah, homie, like that's not why we were made. We were movers. If you did not move, you did not eat, right? Hunters and gatherers. You come to one location, you get your food, you move to the next, right? But what happened was our brains grew so fast. So we got so much smarter. We created fire and like, oh, we could chill. Oh, we can farm. We can stay right here. We ain't got to move. We got smarter, right? But we did not. We are only a few years ahead of the game of the millions and millions of years that we took in order to kind of get here. So we can't forget all of that. Like that's who we are. Like we need to move. So that's how I look at movement, right? It is a direct, really related to life. If you don't move, you don't eat, right? If you don't move your body, you are doing yourself a disservice. Like movement is what allows for you to be alive.
Yeah.
That's it, right? Like if you're not moving, you basically are just waiting to die.
And for people who like struggle with, well, I don't have time.
Have you ever heard anybody say, I ain't got time to eat food? I don't got time to breathe air. I ain't got time to go to this fucking job. Like you got time. Like, I don't understand what that means. I don't understand what that means. I don't have time to do the one thing for 20 minutes a day that's going to keep me alive. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what that means, right? Like we make time, we make money for anything we want. We make time for all the other 9 million other things that other people got on the agenda for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said to one of my clients the other day, like, fuck that job. If you don't get, you put everybody putting stuff on their calendar, put you on your calendar for at 8 o'clock to get this done. 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day, move your ass, put that on your calendar. Because I guarantee you, if you die tomorrow, they will replace you in less than 2 weeks.
Oh. Oh, I get goosebumps listening to you. You know why? Because you like when you say it, I feel like you are, no, I really do. And you know, I don't blow smoke. I really feel like you are breathing life into people, right? And to me, that's inspiration, right? Like people can go to the gym, which you should if you're in New Jersey, and work out with Adrienne. You know, just go prepared because she's gonna like cuss at you and say crazy things at you, but you will leave very motivated. But when you speak like this, I feel like you touch a part of people that they've left dormant or sleeping.
Yeah.
So to your client who was like on that wheel that I talk about, she was on that wheel and then she's like, I'm tired on the wheel. She needed help for someone to say, so stop running. Like,
homie.
Stop moving your feet.
Yeah.
Open the door and get out the wheel.
Right.
So when you yourself need that, where do you go?
I have a really, really strong support system. And I grew up with a very, very loving mother. And I feel like I used to always say, like, because I didn't realize how great my mom was until I got to college, and I was like, oh, y'all motherfuckers got some shit. You're like, so I really also truly believe that if I was grew up with that type of love, if I was given love on that level, like my purpose, I must be meant to do something with it, right? Like it must be something there because nobody kind of gets what I got. Right. So I have a really, really awesome support system. My mom and my sister are amazing. And have a really amazing boyfriend who's amazing and takes care of me in other ways so that I can live my dream, which is dope. It was a long time coming on that too, you know. Mm-hmm. I have, some really awesome friends that are there for me. And I also like in this pandemic, I was like, you know what? I got to make sure I'm doing my work. I got me a therapist too, you know what I mean? Which is amazing. And I talk to my clients all the time about you got to have a tool belt, you know what I mean? You got to have a tool belt of people and things around you that can help you to stay in it and stay sane. Mm-hmm. So they are my inspiration and they constantly keep me going. And I think that God is constantly sending you the next person that you need in line, right? You just got to be ready to pick them up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like every person kind of helps you get to one phase and then he sends you somebody else and then it helps you get to the next phase. And some people are meant to stay with you on your journey and some people are not, but I am very big on I'm not a thinker. I feel a lot and I just feel like God, the universe, whoever you want to call it, always sends me exactly what I need, and I'm really big on receiving it and being aware of it and allowing that person to kind of serve whatever purpose they have in my life in that moment.
It's not by chance. I don't believe it's ever by chance the people who come into our lives. And I told you this years ago when we first met in 2018 that I didn't know at the time what I needed. Yeah. I didn't know what I needed until I needed it.
Right.
And I remember the day that I walked into your gym and I was like, I almost wanted to cry because I was like, where has this been? Because it was more than just a workout. It really was. I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about the day when I was just losing my whole cool. Mm-hmm. And you jumped on the counter of the gym and gave me a bear hug. And you were like, bitch, just cry it out. I was like, right?
And I don't remember that, but I'm sure it happened.
Girl, it did. But here's the beautiful thing, right? That was just you being you. And you probably have tons of people who have said that have a similar story, right? Which is why you're one of the most inspirational people that I know, which is why I wanted to share you with the world. And which is why, I think people will be blessed just from hearing this time that you've shared with people and the nuggets that you have dropped with such clarity and honesty.
Yeah.
So please, how can people find you? What is your heart's desire in terms of
people
being able to connect with you and receive your services?
You can always send me a message. You can literally Google me. I'm everywhere. But I love this work. It really is. It's like, yes, I am a fitness professional by trade, but I am the world of wellness, all of it, right? Like I'm a wellness coach, guru. I don't know, you call it whatever you want to call it, but it's what I was made to do. It's what I was put here to do, and I love to be able to help people be the best version of themselves, because it's a really dope space to be in, you know. And I want to share that love. I want to show people that, you know, the truth is so much doper than that the bullshit that they put out, the instant crap. You know, but the real deal and really, really finding your groove and your ripple in life and your space and to be able to be in flow and to really love yourself and through all of that. Oh my God. It's like, it doesn't get any better than that. So I would love to help people, anybody that is ready for change. I will lead the way. So all you gotta do is find me and I will happily help you meet all of your goals. They might not be the ones that you set for yourself, because usually people always come for the vanity's sake, and you usually get a whole lot more, right?
I agree.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I appreciate you. You do not disappoint this space. This show is all about inspirational people. And I think we're most inspiring when we're being our true selves. And I think you were a perfect reminder for me today that our calling is the only earth suit we should be wearing.
That's it.
Nothing else. And when you're in the calling, it's like, you know, you don't see a fish climbing up a tree.
No, and it's just like, again, you just can't not be here. It's where you are, just be in flow, and everything just works its way out. Like it just does. It really is magic.
DocSunne, I know that you all were blessed. Yay. Tune in next time. Please share this episode with friends and family that you know may be in a headspace that could use a little pick-me-up, a little inspiration. Trust and believe they'll get it here. I love you. See you next time,
honey bun.
people.
Bye.